My religious mom caught me choking the chicken and forced me to explain in front of the entire church. I, 17M, grew up in a Mormon family. We went to church every Sunday, constantly read the Bible, limited internet access, the whole 9 yards. About 3 years ago, we moved and I wasn't able to attend the religious school I had previously. I ended up going to a public school. I was hanging out with a weird group of people that always talked about women. They were completely obsessed with women and started pushing me into it. They would collect pictures of women and share them with each other. They were always trying to date someone or find a new girlfriend. It felt really gross, but I was the new kid, so I just kind of went with it. They introduced me to social media, which I had to hide from my parents because they were completely against it. I can't explain what it's like to grow up completely sheltered and then suddenly be thrown into the real world. All the luxuries of the world kind of came crashing down on my lap. I started falling into the wrong crowd and started struggling in school. I wasn't skipping classes or anything. I just would spend all my school time on the internet because it was less censored than my home internet. This is around the time my hormones were absolutely going wild. This is when I really started obsessing like my friend group was, and it started to become a problem that I had no solution for. My home internet was heavily monitored, so I would go to school and save pictures of women onto my Chromebook. Then, when I got home, I would have a small collection that I could observe. This observing soon turned into action. I won't go into detail, but I think you get the picture. Pictures were good and all, but I needed more. I started asking my friends if I could borrow their phones for the night so I could have an unmonitored device. No one would loan me their phone, so I was stuck. That's when one of my friends came up with a really good idea. He would download videos for me and upload them to a Dropbox. Dropbox wasn't blocked on the school internet or my home internet. Then, I would do whatever I needed to do and he would delete it and upload a new one. Shout out to him, he really was the plug for me. This was life-changing to my developing brain. Videos were insane and I started developing a bad habit. It felt so wrong as well, which fueled the fire. I was doing bad right under my parents' roof and they had no idea. It was honestly such a thrill, I really couldn't stop myself. I started getting really cocky about it as well. I felt untouchable because of all the work we put into hiding this. Fast forward to last week. It was late at night and I had gone to bed. Usually, I would wait in the bedroom until both my parents and sister had gone to sleep. We all had a similar schedule, so it wasn't that long. Then, I would sneak out of my room and find my book bag. I would grab the Chromebook and head back to my room and start the deed. I never really wore headphones or anything, but like I said, I was getting cocky and felt untouchable, so this time I decided I was going to throw the earbuds in. My bed faced away from the door, so my back was virtually facing the doorway. So there I am, laying in bed, and all of a sudden I hear my mom scream at the top of her lungs like someone just attacked her. I flipped around the second I heard the siren go off and I see my mom just staring at me. My heart completely sank and I just stared at her. There was nothing I could say or do at that moment. I'm laying in bed virtually nude and she can see clear as day what was on my computer. At this point, the whole house wakes up and I start throwing clothes on and I try to close the laptop, but my mom runs over and grabs it away from me. Then, she tells me to go to bed and we will talk about this tomorrow. Unfortunately, my friend's email was attached to that video since he made the Dropbox, so not only did I get exposed, they found out about him as well. The next few days were weird, nothing was really said about what happened. I lost access to my Chromebook and they took away everything in my room except my desk and bed. It sucked, but I understood the risk when I was doing it, so I wasn't that mad at them for punishing me. I was kind of hoping my parents were going to be cool about it afterward, but they completely blindsided me. On Sunday, we went to church like we normally do. We get there and sit in our normal section, around our neighbors and a few members of our family. The service is going well until we get to the end. The priest is ending the service in prayer like normal. Then, when it ends, he goes, "Rachel, I hear you have something pressing you need to tell the church." My mom then stands up and heads to the front of the church, basically dragging me behind her. She tells me to go ahead. I stand there silently staring. I will not speak about this. She then stands in front of the entire church and tells them everything she saw in great detail and that everyone needs to pray my soul is saved because I've been possessed by the devil. She just kept going and I remember just blankly staring across the aisles. I was in complete and total shock. It was one of those, "Is this a dream?" moments you don't think are real. Then, she held a group prayer again for just me. I remember leaving that day and losing it on the car ride home. I started crying and I was yelling at my mom and she said nothing to me, not one word. Then, the following day, I'm at school and both my friend and I get called down to the office. My mom is sitting in there and she must have told the principal everything that happened. My friend got 5 lunch detentions and I got 2 Saturdays for misusing school equipment. I'm actually writing this while serving one of those Saturdays. I feel like my entire world is collapsing. Everyone at church knows. My mom told all her friends and all of our family. The entire school knows what happened. Mentally, I'm in a really bad spot, and as bad as it sounds, I kind of hate my mom right now. My dad didn't really say or do much. He is much more understanding of everything that happened. I'll keep this updated with anything new that happened. Just needed a safer space to talk because I feel like my world is full of people that are rooting against me.